Understanding the risk of hip dysplasia in Rottweilers. Are Rottweilers prone to hip dysplasia? Rottweilers are one of the most renowned dog breeds in the world. These powerful and muscular dogs have a loyal and protective nature, making them a popular choice for families and working professionals alike. However, just like any other breed, Rottweilers are also susceptible to certain health conditions. One of the most common concerns for Rottweiler owners is hip dysplasia. In this article, we will delve into the topic of whether Rottweilers are prone to hip dysplasia and what pet owners need to know about this condition. What is hip dysplasia? Hip dysplasia is a condition that affects the hip joint in dogs. It occurs when the ball and socket joint, which is responsible for connecting the thigh bone to the hip bone, does not develop properly. As a result, the joint becomes loose and unstable, causing discomfort and mobility issues for the dog. Hip dysplasia is primarily considered a genetic condition, meaning it is often passed down from one generation to another. However, this does not mean that all Rottweilers will have hip dysplasia. Are Rottweilers prone to hip dysplasia? Rottweilers, just like many other large and giant breeds, are indeed prone to hip dysplasia. According to the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, OFA, Rottweilers rank 37th out of 197 breeds when it comes to the prevalence of hip dysplasia. This means that they have a moderate risk of developing this condition. However, it is important to note that not all Rottweilers will develop hip dysplasia. Responsible breeders conduct health checks, such as hip evaluations, to ensure that the parent dogs are free from this condition before breeding them. This greatly reduces the chances of passing hip dysplasia onto the offspring. Causes of hip dysplasia in Rottweilers. As mentioned earlier, hip dysplasia is primarily a genetic condition. It is caused by a combination of genetic and environmental factors. In Rottweilers, poor breeding practices and lack of proper nutrition during the growth phase can contribute to the development of hip dysplasia. Rapid weight gain and excessive exercise at a young age can also put stress on the hip joint and increase the risk of dysplasia. Therefore, it is crucial for Rottweiler puppies to be fed a balanced diet and provided with appropriate exercise and rest to ensure proper growth and development of their hip joints. Signs and symptoms of hip dysplasia. The signs and symptoms of hip dysplasia in Rottweilers can vary from mild to severe. Some common signs to watch out for include 1. Difficulty getting up or lying down. 2. Stiffness and lameness, especially after exercise. 3. Reluctance to jump, run, or climb stairs. 4. Bunny hopping gait. 5. Loss of muscle mass in the hind limbs. 6. Pain or discomfort in the hip area. If you notice any of these symptoms in your Rottweiler, it is important to consult a veterinarian for a proper diagnosis. Early detection and intervention can help manage the condition and improve the quality of life for your pet. Prevention and management of hip dysplasia. While hip dysplasia cannot be completely prevented, there are certain steps that can be taken to minimize the risk and manage the condition. Here are some recommendations for Rottweiler owners. 1. Choose a responsible breeder. When getting a Rottweiler puppy, ensure that you choose a reputable breeder who conducts health checks and screens for hip dysplasia in their breeding dogs. 2. Provide proper nutrition. Feed your Rottweiler a balanced diet that supports their growth and development. Ensuring that they receive appropriate amounts of calcium and other essential nutrients will contribute to the health of their bones and joints. 3. Avoid excessive exercise. While exercise is important for the overall well-being of your Rottweiler, it is important to avoid excessive impact activities, especially during their growth phase. Excessive exercise can put unnecessary strain on their developing joints. 4. Maintain a healthy weight. Obesity is a risk factor for hip dysplasia. Keeping your Rottweiler at a healthy weight will reduce the stress on their joints and minimize the chances of developing dysplasia. 5. Regular vet checkups. Schedule regular veterinary checkups for your Rottweiler to monitor their health and catch any signs of hip dysplasia early on. Conclusion. In conclusion, Rottweilers are indeed prone to hip dysplasia, but it does not mean that all Rottweilers will develop this condition. Responsible breeding, proper nutrition, appropriate exercise, and regular veterinary care can greatly reduce the risk and manage the condition effectively. Understanding the signs and symptoms of hip dysplasia is crucial for early detection and intervention. By taking proactive measures, Rottweiler owners can ensure that their beloved pets lead a healthy and comfortable life.